Doug, we don't care that your transport's Mr. Big.
I never imagined I'd end up singing a song to the Transport Secretary, Douglas Alexander. But I was desperate to know why so many journeys are such a nightmare.
Make those drivers curse and beep while we dig.
And I wasn't alone in wanting answers.
Dig, dig, Doug, dig, Doug, dig, yeah! Why, Dougie, tell me why?
There were lots of others who decided enough was enough, because it feels like a war out there. A war against the motorist, the motorcyclist, the train passenger, the bus passenger, the cyclist, the pedestrian. We're all victims in this war.
It's a nightmare. Absolute nightmare.
You're not going to cycle out there. Look, you've seen it yourself.
Yeah.
Just a mess.
Do you have to do this every day?
So I made a decision. I'd take things into my own hands. I'd find the people causing this mess and give them a taste of their own medicine. And we'd have a laugh at their expense for a change. Why get mad when you can get even?
Can you get the drilling started, please?
To those who leave holes in the road, we'd bring roadworks.
Just dig this area up down here.
Fantastic. Getting my own back.
We could tackle buses.
We've not only got a free bus, but we're actually offering bingo.
Selfish drivers.
Look at the size of my vehicle. I'm important.
We could take on trains.
Tickets, please.
We've got a fantastic new design for a carriage.
They wouldn't like it.
I've been asked to tell you to please leave the premises.
That's quite enough, thank you very much.
But we'd feel better.
Ladies and gentlemen, come on, let's waste a bit more money on a transport project that never gets built. Come on, just a few more £100 million down the drain. Thank you very much, sir.
It's not like we don't spend money on transport in this country.
£39 million on the Leeds Supertram. Then he cancelled it. Crossrail. We've already spent £300 million on it. We've not built anything. Thank you very much, sir.
This government's proud of their spending record on transport.
Invest in transport consultants.
But when I heard what the Department for Transport and its agencies had spent over 3 years on transport consultants...
Thank you very much, madam.
I had misgivings.
There we go.
Now, I've always been a bit of a car nut.
Let's face it, cars are brilliant.
I've even been a reporter for Top Gear. So I've watched things get worse and worse, turning ordinary people into victims, powerless to do anything. But someone has to be responsible for all this. So I decided to find the culprits. And whether it was bus and train companies, politicians, or even drivers, I'd track them down and help the victims get their own back for a change. But the first problem was, where do you start? I got myself a transport outfit. Read the reports, no lack of those. Learned the jargon.
Modal shift, cost-benefit ratios, locking in, joined up thinking, fresh vision.
And I still didn't know where to start.
What's modal shift again? Oh, pity so.
Then, in London gridlock, I had a fresh vision.
This is what's happening on the roads tonight. Forget your jargon. There's people stuck in traffic here. I'm going to sort it. I can get it sorted.
But look, it's backed the traffic all the way up to the main road at the end. So basically, any cars wanting to turn right down here aren't able to because it's full. So that's creating havoc on another main road.
It's now 5. There's nobody working on these roadworks.
What do you make of roadworks?
Oh, they're a nightmare. See this one here? There's no one working there now, is it? A lot of places there ain't. Surely, for the main route into town, you'd want to get it done and dusted, and that's it.
1 minute they take it up, then about 3 months later they put it back down again, and then they take it up again.
I think they're a pain in the bum and they're a nuisance.
They dig a hole, they leave it for months, then they come and fill it in. So what can I do about it? I'm going to try and sort it out for the nation. What can I do? What can you do? Kick them up the arse, I say.
Thank you. Someone understood what I was trying to do. I had my first mission. Strike a blow for the victims of rubbish roadworks. But who to strike? I found that 3/4 of roadworks are done by utility companies, the ones who give us phones, cable TV, water, gas and electric. Until the 90s, there were only 5 of them. But then came privatisation, and that number exploded into hundreds of little companies with the statutory right to dig holes in our roads whenever they want, and leaving them for far too long. I heard about one council which had had enough. I went straight up to join them in their battle for the streets. My special transport outfit gave me instant credibility.
I like the tie.
Yes, it's very good. That's actually a little button that spins round. I don't know if you've noticed that.
Dave Pownell is a traffic manager. His job is to keep the traffic flowing in Durham. Roadworks are such a problem here, he has a team of inspectors trying to keep them under control. This was my plan. Get Dave to tell me which utility company caused the most traffic misery with crap roadworks. Find someone who'd suffered because of their roadworks and help them to create their own crap roadworks outside that company's HQ. These guys could show me how to do it really badly. This morning, they'd found a corking example.
We had complaints this morning that traffic was backing up, disrupting traffic on the main bypass road across the roundabout. There's no way that the bus can stop there and get passengers off at the bus stop. If a parent comes along with their child in a buggy, they've got to go out into the live traffic lane or to paddle about in the mud on the verge there.
And there's absolutely nobody here doing any work?
Nobody's doing any work.
The worst company had failed 19% of Dave's inspections, 1 in 5. He'd taken them to court twice in the last few months.
19% is not acceptable at all.
Who was the villain then? Who was the worst at 19%?
The 19% was Northern Electric Distribution Limited.
Northern Electric Distribution Limited, NEDL, providing electricity to hundreds of thousands of people across the north. Good. Providing traffic misery with the worst record for crap roadworks in the area. Bad. And it wasn't hard to find someone they'd infuriated. I was ready to offer her revenge. The Department for Transport reckons roadworks cost us over £4 billion a year.
Is it this one over here? Freshfields Farm. Freshfields Farm.
The person I was meeting estimated NEDL's roadworks had cost her £2,000 in lost business.
Hello, are you Juliet?
Would Juliet be the one to get her own back on behalf of the rest of the country?
Nice to meet you.
And you?
Hi, this is a very nice shop. Is this all farm produce?
Yes. Local produce.
Lovely, I might get a jar of chutney off you later before I leave.
It was a lie. I had no intention of buying chutney, but I wanted to win Juliet's confidence. It took considerably longer than it should have.
It took 8 weeks when it should have really only taken 4 weeks on this section of the road. The amount of times people pulled out and there was hooting horns and screaming, and it was very dangerous.
Yes, yeah.
We get a lot of pensioners that come to the shop. They just wouldn't come because they're nervous drivers. So it's been a very bad year. 2 months taken out within my business.
Okay. So you spoke to NEDL, the people who were in charge of the works, and what kind of response did you get from them?
The response I got was very negative. They weren't interested whatsoever.
Yes. With Juliet on board, there was lots to do.
City centre, a lot of traffic now around the city centre itself.
I'd already been in touch with NEDL to ask why their roadworks were so rubbish. They didn't want to appear on camera, but they sent me a statement which didn't answer my question. Luckily, the chairman of the government's advisory committee on roadworks was in Durham. With roadwork revenge penciled for the next morning, I asked him why these companies keep leaving holes lying around.
Nice to meet you.
Because it doesn't cost them time when they're not actually at the hole. And how many times have you seen a hole in the road and nobody working on it?
Too many.
Yeah, and that costs them absolutely nothing, but it costs you and I lots.
So all they're interested in is saving a few quid. The fact that it's costing billions to the rest of us.
It would appear that way, yes.
Well, I'm going to sort it out. Kick utility ass.
Alex, I want to learn because I've been doing this for 10 years and not succeeded.
But they simply do as they please, as they add to the congestion disease. Something like that.
Now I had the idea for the first verse of my song to the Transport Secretary, Douglas Alexander.
Rig, fig.
A song.
Jig.
For Doug.
Dig, dug, dig, dug, dig, dug, dig, dug, dig, dug, dig, dug, dig.